On this 31st of January 2018, Barbadians must sit up and pay serious attention. Today, two reports were presented that cannot be ignored or shunted aside. The two most credible and independent observers of economic activity in Barbados, the Governor of the Central Bank and the International Monetary Fund, have now handed down their verdict. Our country is sick. It is definitely not well. Both reports make it clear that rapidly declining international reserves, high and increasing debt, and a still worrisome large deficit continue to pose extraordinary challenges for our country. Further, there is the considered problem of virtually no serious growth in this economy. Barbados crossed the threshold of holding less than the desired 12 weeks of international reserves more than 2 years ago. In spite of the warnings from all quarters, no serious remedial action was taken by this government. Indeed, their policies accelerated the decline. The Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance continued to swim against the tide of the facts and those who proffered professional advice. Regrettably, it is all Barbadians who are now paying the price today for the incompetence and the callousness of these two men, not just these men alone. The reality is that these two reports from the Governor of the Central Bank and the International Monetary Fund run counter to the comfort levels that Frundell Stewart and Chris Sinclair both have sought to portray. The Central Bank and the International Monetary Fund have made it clear that time is not on our side and that our problems cannot be wished away. What is required first is confidence and decisive action, none of which, regrettably, have been engendered or exhibited by this current administration. This government has certainly not displayed any inclination to show or to do such in the future. Now, my friends, is not the time for an eighth economic plan from this government. The IMF and the Central Bank have not said anything that informed local, regional and international persons have not already said over and over. But Barbadians cannot ignore the fact that they are now saying the same thing today. Indeed, they are now speaking in unison. The decision is now fast falling to the people of Barbados to secure our future and to escape further brutal hardship. Will we continue to listen to a government present another failed plan after 7 failed plans? Or will we embrace the fact that real, meaningful change is now required to stave off the worst? The choice is now clearly that of the people of Barbados. This picture, as painted by both the Central Bank and the IMF, begs the question as to how much time Barbados has left before decisive action is taken. We constantly hear Prime Minister Stewart talk about how much time his government has left under the provisions of the Constitution before he calls an election. The people of Barbados have to ponder if this really ought to be the preoccupation of our Prime Minister, given the perilous state of our country and given the fact that the Parliament of Barbados dissolves in 34 days. We insist that the people of Barbados need to be given an urgent opportunity to have a say in the matter that is before us. This country, our country, is hemorrhaging badly. There is simply, my friends, too much at stake.